Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Shalina, and today I have a book haul for you. So these are books I've gotten over the last several months, and I'll kind of just go a little bit into them as much as I can because I haven't read them all. But I will start with some books I got on, I guess, Black Friday because it was after midnight when our local bookstore, Plenty Bookshop, was having their only sale of the season. I think everything was 10% off. And I got The Foxglove King and The Hemlock Queen by Hannah Whitten. Now, I've read this one and loved it, and I need to read this one. This is the second book in the series, and there is a third book called The Nightshade God that I have not read yet, but I do have on audio thanks to my wonderful friend Sarah. Hi, Sarah. And I will be getting the third book in this series physically when the paperback for The Nightshade God comes out. So that's my first two. And then Plenty has started a thing called Page by Page, and it's where you can pay a certain amount, which is $25, and you can basically go in and get a hardcover book every month. And so it's like a recurring subscription. So I've done this for a couple months and I'm very excited about it because I don't typically buy books that I haven't read, but I want to support the bookstore and I thought this would be a good way to do it. So my first book that I got from that subscription is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. And it has the very green sprayed edges, and I believe this is a Snow White retelling. So it sounds very interesting, and I love T. Kingfisher. I've only read one of T. Kingfisher's books, but that's enough to make me a fan. So I know I'm going to like more of her books. So I just gotta keep reading, you know. So that's that one, and then my second one that I got at Plenty Bookshop for the page by page subscription is Sky Full of Elephants by Cebo Campbell. And this one is a sci-fi that I saw on Kayla's channel, Books and Lala. And I believe Kayla gave it 5 stars. And I was very interested in it. And I happened to see that they had a copy at Plenty, but I was also looking at the very cool special edition of This Is How You Lose the Time War. And so I was kind of going back and forth between the two because I was really interested in both, and I haven't read either. But I decided to read like the first like page of each book, and the writing in this just really really sold me. So I was like, I may even read this physically. I don't read physically very often, but the writing was already so good on the very first page. I'm just like, I want to eat it up. So I was very excited to get this one. And then that subscription will continue for as long as I'm paying for it. So I will continue to get a book a month from Plenty Bookshop. And if you are not from the Upper Cumberland area in Tennessee, you can support Plenty Bookshop on bookshop.org or through Libro FM. If you are in the Upper Cumberland area, I highly suggest that you go to Plenty Bookshop and look around. It's a beautiful, beautiful shop and loads of books, and the booksellers are amazing. I love them all. So anyway, I just want to talk about them for just a second. And then these are some books I got at Books A Million because they were on sale. And the first one is One of Us is Back. And this is the third book in the One of Us is Lying trilogy by Karen M. McManus. And I did not realize this was going to be a trilogy. And I guess it technically may not even end with this one. I don't know. I haven't read this book yet. I've read the first 2 books and I own the first book. But I saw this one and I was like, I want to add it to my collection because so far these books in this series have been 5 stars for me. So I'm hoping this one will be as well. And then Camryn Garrett is an author that I have been buying their books, but I haven't read any of them yet. But I was really excited to see this one, Friday, I'm in Love. And it's about a teenager who, instead of having a quinceanera, has like a coming out party. So I love anything rainbow. So of course I had to get it, and it's a Camryn Garrett book, so I want to read it. And Camryn Garrett is going to be featured in some of my challenges that I'm doing this year because I need to read these books. I love YA, and I just, it has a rainbow. It is YA. It's from Camryn Garrett. I need to read it. And also because it's Cameron Garrett, I need to own it. I just like have a thing about owning Cameron Garrett's books. Then I saw this copy of The Champions by Kara Thomas, and I own the first book in this duology, I think. The Cheerleaders. It's one of my 5-star reads. And I have this on ebook, but I haven't read it yet. And then I saw this copy on sale, so I wanted to get it. So The Champions, if you don't know, The Cheerleaders is kind of a mystery thriller set in this town where a bunch of cheerleaders died, and people aren't sure if all the deaths were related or not, or what really happened. And this girl kind of investigates because she's trying to figure out if her sister really died by suicide or if she was murdered, like some of the other cheerleaders probably were. So she's just trying to find stuff out, and this follows another character, but in the same world, and now stuff is happening with the football team. So yeah, I definitely want to read that. Kara Thomas is an excellent writer. I've read a few of her books already, and most of them are mysteries, have mystery elements, and I really enjoy that. So this one I got because I actually already own the kind of like original edition. It's not necessarily a first edition, but it's like the original cover of this book. I own that. It's in at my mom's house. But I saw this edition and I was like, that's too cool. I must have it. And it is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Chbosky. And it is this weird, almost like a Bible, like soft cover edition. And I just loved it on sight. And I also love the book. Like I gave it 5 stars. So I was like, I don't mind owning a second copy that is this like different binding, So I had to get this. And then these next books were gifts that I got for, well, most of for Christmas. One was just a gift from my husband, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is the first book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. It may not be a trilogy anymore. There is a new book out, but I don't know if it's like number 4 in the series or if it's like the start of a new trilogy. I don't know how that works. I haven't looked into it. But I have read these books originally a few years ago, and I really, really love them. And so I just didn't own them. And my husband got this for me as a gift. So there's that one. And then these, excuse me, these were all gifts that I got for Christmas. It is currently Christmas Day. And so I'm filming my book haul now that I have all these books. And from my roommate, he got me Slewfoot by Brom. And this is like a folk colonial witchy tale. And I have been eyeing this book forever and wanted to read it. And he got it for me. So that was very nice of him. Thank you, Noah. And then lastly, a couple books that my sister got me for Christmas. I got Alix Harrow's Starling House. And this one I read and loved this year, and it's got the purple sprayed edges. So very pretty edition. And then lastly, I got A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. So there are 2 T. Kingfisher books in this haul. And this one I really loved, gave 5 stars. And I will talk more about it in my favorite books of 2025 that will be coming out in like a couple weeks, week and a half, something like that. So yeah, that is my insane little stack here. It's really big. It's like 12 books, but it's very heavy for just 12 books. So anywho, I should put it over there so it doesn't fall over. Thank you for joining me for this book haul, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my new books. And the ones I haven't read, I will hopefully talk about in reviews and vlogs and things throughout the new year. And I hope you had a wonderful holiday and hope you have a wonderful new year. Bye.